Okay, so I had to draw this out for you. It really comes down to education. So, first of all, as a BCBA, you need to have your master's degree and you need to pass your boards. It's like the lawyers pass their boards, we got to pass our boards exam. We become practitioners. We are actual practitioners. We're licensed. Some have to be licensed in the state. And you have to acquire the 2,000 hours now of supervision, which is usually about 2 years of work under the supervision of a BCBA. Now, RBTs, this is an entry level position. RBTs are also known as ABA therapists or BTs or like behavioral support staff. So the entry level is now like a high school diploma, but it also ranges to master's because if you decide to go for your BCBA, this is where you're at before you become a BCBA, unless you decide to, if you have your bachelor's degree, you can go get your BCABA. We'll get there though. But for the most part, like what I did is instead of getting my BCBA, because I already had a bachelor's degree, I just went straight for my master's. So I had my master's degree, but like I said, this is the entry level. So RBT, you just need a high school diploma, but it ranges from high school to master's degree because like I said, you need to be a RBT before you become, you don't have to be an RBT, but the whole point is like this is the phase before you become a BCBA if you don't go this route. Now, you have to pass, if you do become a registered behavioral technician, that means that you had to pass an RBZ exam, you had to do 40-hour training, and you need to be supervised under a BCBA. For BCABAs, you need to hold a bachelor's degree, and you also need to pass the boards similar to like the BCBA exam. You still need to be supervised under a BCBA. So RBTs and BCABAs, you have to still be under the supervision of a BCBA. And then you need to be supervised. You need to accomplish supervision. I don't remember the requirements for BCABAs, but the whole point, the difference is this, you need to have a bachelor's degree. This, you do not. And also, too, you actually have to pass your boards, which is similar to this one, and you need to acquire a lot more supervision than just a 40-hour training for RBTs. And BCBA stands for Board Certified Behavioral Analyst. This is a Board Certified Assistant Behavioral Analyst. So you're assisting the BCBAs. You still need to be under supervision of a BCBA. And then this is called Registered Behavioral Technician. But like I said, there's a lot of different titles. So you can be a registered behavioral technician, a behavioral technician, or behavioral tech, and then also there's titles called ABA therapist. And like I said, they're all the same name for the same thing, but the only thing is once you become an RBT, that means you actually passed an RBT exam. These ones, you don't have to pass no exam. It's just a title.